This is Dr. Steve Myers from Fresh Start Bariatrics, and I have Tony with me here in the office. I'd like to ask him a few questions. Tony, welcome. Thank you for being here, and thanks for allowing me to tape this. I'd love to know what why don't you just introduce yourself and give us your age and things like that first.
My name's Tony Gray. I had GRU-NY or gastric bypass February 1st, 2010, which was 13 months ago. At that time I was morbidly obese, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sleep apnea. Now a year later, there's no sleep apnea, diabetes has resolved itself, no high blood pressure, no high cholesterol.
And do you mind just reaching over here? Sorry about the video. Do you mind telling us where your weight was and where it is now? It's up to you if you feel comfortable with that.
I'm trying to remember the right numbers. I think we were at 340, and today I'm at 190.
Okay, so you've lost about 150 pounds overall.
Yes.
That's great. And I was just going to show people what your picture looked like 13 months ago, and you just look like you're doing so much better. Now talk to me about your medicines for diabetes, if you would. What was your medicines before your operation?
There was 2 oral meds once a day, and
An injection as well?
Right. Once a night.
And I think we looked at your chart, and you were taking Actos 30 milligrams a day. You were taking Levomir at night, 20 units.
Yes.
And you were also on glucophage twice a day probably.
Yep.
And now what are you taking for your diabetes?
Nothing.
You say that pretty proudly and pretty
Yes.
happy. That's for
very
sure.
happy. With everything going through gastric bypass and all of the added benefits and things that have transponded from doing this, no longer being a diabetic made it all worthwhile. Everything else is just a bonus to no longer say I'm a diabetic.
That's unbelievable. And you can say that because your hemoglobin A1C has changed from 9.2 from before your operation, and you just got it measured. What is it now?
5.2.
So it went from 9.2.
9.4.
Oh, it was 9.4.
9.4 to 5.2.
So that's great. And secondly, your blood glucose was lower than 100. So that's just great. Well, congratulations. Any other comments or things that you'd like to mention to people?
No, I mean, I wasn't really ready.
Yeah, what about your activity level and
This has
everything?
been just a wonderful experience. A very, very personal decision to make, and a decision I would not tell anyone to make lightly. But for myself and where my health was to where I am now, it has been just a great experience. My quality of life has improved drastically. Just being able to sit and not breathe heavy. It's funny, the people that tell me I look different or they don't recognize me. What's odd is I can talk to people on the phone and they don't recognize my voice because at 350 pounds there was a raspiness or a heavy breathing as I spoke. I never noticed it, but people I talk to now don't recognize me because I don't breathe like that anymore.
Well, that's fabulous. And, this doesn't happen just because we do an operation. You also did all the right things, and you should be very proud of yourself, and I'm very proud of you.
I
That's
tell
for sure.
people, other people that I've met and talk about this, my biggest plus or the biggest thing that helped me with this is I did everything I was told to.
Yeah.
I can honestly say in the last year and a half, I've not cheated on one thing that you told me I needed to do.
And that's why now your body mass index is probably about 28 as opposed to where it was before. So congratulations to you, Tony, really.
Well,
I mean
you,
that
Dr.
sincerely. And it's a privilege to be part of your transformation, that's for sure.